Hey guys, this is the Cron Writer here, and I just want to give a little update while I still can. Nothing has been resolved with Social Security disability yet. We still have gone to that place, and it turns out that they don't really deal with the issue at hand. They don't deal with workability and all that. I guess we stopped by at the wrong section or something, I'm not sure. But it was a Medicaid disability thing, and I guess they didn't deal with the task at hand. So we gotta find another place, and I'm sure it's gonna be the same results. But since I'm eligible for Medicaid, I guess maybe it might cushion the blow. I don't know, maybe I don't have to lose my my disability benefits with Medicaid. I'm not sure. But the role players, I was really surprised to see unaliving Liu Kang like the other day pop up on Twitter. He says that, life's been busy and he needs to be in the groove of things. I'm like, why can't he just watch his Revenant self in MK11? This was the best. MKX? Blah. I always hated the one in MKX. I always hated Tom Choi. I always hated him as Liu Kang. Matthew Young King did a very, very nice job in all of Liu Kang's roles, from his mortal self to his Revenant self to his Fire God self. And I'm not counting the atrocity MK 2024. I'm not counting that because it's mostly AI. So it wasn't entirely done by him. But in MK11, yeah, he's awesome, especially as Fusion. But yeah, at least he didn't lose his account, so there used to be this 30-day inactivity thing. Not after you do still have that 30-day expiration date after you delete your account, but there used to be this inactivity for 30 minutes. I'm glad they changed that. Because, Fuffle's Minion has been gone for over 30 days on Twitter, ever since he moved to Blue Sky. I hope he reconsiders, but anyway. The other Liu Kang role player, yeah, I still had some time to roleplay with him, despite, him moving with a friend of his, an old friend of his, into that apartment they moved into, so that wasn't too bad. So, there's a little good news on that. And today's my 38th birthday, by the way. God, I feel getting older. I feel myself getting older. I have less energy. I have less motivation, it seems. I have less of a drive than I used to. Jeez, I always have those nostalgic urges ever since I first turned 30 about 8 years ago. So, there's that too. I don't want to get too personal, but, much has happened yet. I'm hoping to go out to a Chinese buffet and celebrate it. Hopefully have tiramisu. But, I don't know. As I got older, my expectations were less. They always dwindled. I never had much of a materialistic desire like I used to. I mean, yeah, there's the nostalgic urge with, plushies and stuff, but I could always post it on Tumblr, like I've been doing. In case you don't know, I made a Tumblr blog. Yeah, there's been changes with that. NES Games shall premiere tomorrow evening. It should start the console games for this year. Hopefully I'll get around to Super Nintendo, which I hope it won't be as difficult. 'Cause memory has been fresher I mean, the NES games alone, they've been like over 2 decades, maybe 3 decades. It hasn't been easy, and even to this day, I could still vaguely picture games in my head, but they're not as detailed as they used to be. And hopefully if I make a description or something, people would identify whatever that game is, or maybe whatever that show is, or whatever that movie is, or maybe a song. There's also been a song or two that I can't vividly remember. Like, what's its name? The Shazam app. It hasn't been as accurate, it hasn't been as useful as it used to be. Like, you know that app that you speak into, like, notes into it, but it hasn't been registering whatever song it was. Like, no matter what it is, it never registers, like, on the smartphone, or even on a laptop. And I made sure my volume was high. And, you know, the Shazam app isn't very good at identifying songs anymore, so there's a problem there. And I would rather remember as many things as I can in case, you know, God forbid, something should happen to me. Because, you know, I've heard about that plane crash. I've heard about that plane crash in Washington. Anything can happen. Or if I might have Alzheimer's. And for the longest time, you know, ever since I'm mentally disabled, like, I have those during birth, I always thought that people like me would be, like, more vulnerable, more susceptible to, like, Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, any of that. Strokes, whatever. Seizures? Even epilepsy. I was always thinking that maybe we'd be more vulnerable to this. So, I just had those nostalgic urges ever since I first turned 30, around this time, actually. So, before my time expires, I would rather recall as many things as I can, or maybe recollect these things if I can. Because I don't do online shopping, and everything is so damn expensive, and everything is prone to counterfeiting, prone to scams, prone to hacking, and that's one of the reasons I never make a Patreon or GoFundMe. And I don't think they're so reliable, even if you do have a big fan base or a small one. You never know when people would deceive you and scam you, take advantage. Like, ugh. Jeez, nostalgia always hurts. Nostalgia always hurts, no matter what. And I got a shitload of bucket lists to go through as well. Like, I don't know where to start. All those movies, all those shows, all those games. Like, even animated, even though they're cheesy, I haven't really finished, or I haven't seen much of. Like, geez, there's always a lot to do, and I feel that I don't have little time to do all these things. There's always a lot of anxiety. There's always a lot of urges. There's always a lot of things to do. I don't even know where to start. So, I hope that other place could deal with workability, could deal with accidentally going over the monthly limit, and protect my disability benefits. And I hope Social Security would, under its reformations, like, settle it itself, but I doubt it. Like, as I kept saying, I think the government hates people like us. Like, there's plenty of neurotypicals instead of neurodivergents, and a lot of times they treat us like shit. Like mud below their boots. Like, I don't want to be a doormat, but rather be a doormat with spikes. 'Cause I despise people like that. Especially the shillers. those big-ass YouTube channels that I despise a lot of. I doubt I would ever get the silver play button either. I don't see myself getting 100,000 subscribers. And the way the algorithm is, the way society is, I don't think it's happening. Maybe I shouldn't regret stuff like this. So, today's my 30th birthday, and tomorrow would be my 4th anniversary on YouTube. So, wish me luck, I guess. So, I'm the Ecron Writer signing out, and I hope for the best. And I hope to catch up on all my nostalgia too, I hope. Hopefully this year, so I'll see you guys later.